I can feel the pressure. Yeah, I know the pain and the hurt. I've been climbing up all these mountains for so long, and I've been building up all these kingdoms for so long. I will not run when destiny comes. I dip in my hand and go. It's good to be good. It's good to be good.
Hey guys, welcome back to Random Adventures. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a look at this fifth wheel V40Pro scooter. The scooter does have a max range of up to 25 miles, so this is going to be perfect to use to commute back and forth to work or back and forth to school. It does run on a 48 volt, 7.5 amp hour battery. You do get some bright turn signals here to be highly visible. They're out here on the end of the handlebars. You do get that audible beep. You can also see the indication up here on the display. Press the button again to turn them off. The scooter comes with a nice loud bell. This is definitely an adult-sized scooter, guys. It does have a weight limit of up to 265 pounds. I am 6 foot tall, 215 pounds. I'll show you how I look on the scooter. I'm gonna use the sidewalk here to hold myself up, but definitely a large scooter, guys. It does only weigh 37 pounds though when you want to carry it. This is actually a full suspension scooter, guys. You can see the dual suspension in the front. There's actually a dual suspension in the rear, but it's a little bit hidden. It's actually up underneath the deck. If you reach under, you can feel the spring on both sides. You can definitely get a nice little bounce out of it. It's a little bit firmer in the front and a little bit softer in the rear. It does have a nice long deck. I can fit both of my size 12 feet on here, no problem. There is some RGB lighting right here in the front. Right now I have this flame pattern going on. There are about 4 pre-programmed patterns that you can pick from, and then there are some custom patterns you can pick on. You can pick just about any color, and then you can pick the different patterns for the different colors. Make your scooter look however you want. It does have a mechanical disc brake in the rear, and that is a 120 millimeter disc rotor. There's a look at your 800 watt peak motor up in the front, and you do get the E-ABS braking. The scooter does come with 10-inch solid tire, guys. You're not going to have to worry about fixing any flats on this, and this is what the tread pattern looks like. A little bit more geared towards the road. This scooter is very simple and easy to fold, guys. You just pull this little lever up right here. You unlock this long lever, then you can fold it down. On the other end, you're going to get this little metal thing out right here, and you're going to hook it right here on your rear fender. Then you can pick the whole scooter up like that. And like I said, guys, this scooter weighs in at 37 pounds, so it's not too bad at all. You can put this in the trunk of your car. That's a closer look at your deck. It does say fifth wheel on it, and it does have a big 5. There's your kickstand down there on the left side. Here's a look at the handlebars, guys. You do get the round hand grips. Here's your brake lever. You do get the click bell. This is your turn signal switch right here. Here's a look at your display, guys. You do get a large mile per hour reading. Your battery reading is down here at the bottom. That S is your mode. You tap the button once, your headlight's going to come on. You do get your headlight indication right there. You double tap it to change modes. You get walk mode, eco mode, drive mode, and sport mode. So you need to do a little rolling start to get this going. And there's your other hand grip. This is what the app looks like, guys. You got to connect it via the Bluetooth here. You're going to get the little Bluetooth symbol on the scooter here, showing me my battery life is at 98%. You get miles per hour, wattage. This is where you can lock the scooter. You can turn your headlight on and off here. You hit the headlight. You're going to hit open or close to turn it off or on. You get the little gear symbol here. This is your speeds, walk, eco, drive, and sport. This is your little power level here. You can weaken it, intermediate, or supreme grades. And then you get the LED lights where you can change all these LED patterns. And then you can do all the custom colors right here. This is pretty cool. All right, guys, I'm going to take the scooter out for a little commuter ride. I'm going to take it from this side of town, across town, through downtown, over to the high school on the other side, and then I'm going to come back to my vehicle. Let's go. We're going to go through and check these modes. Right now we're in walk mode. The scooter does have the 0 start, so you got to give it a little bit of a kickoff, and let's see what it does in walk mode. Actually seems legit like a walk. 2 or 3 miles an hour. Turn it around here. Let's see what eco mode gives us. Eco mode gives us a pretty big jump up to 10 miles an hour. And that's going to be probably your longest range, unless you want to ride around in walk mode all day. Let's see what we get on drive mode. Puts us at 15 miles an hour. Pretty nice pace. We'll flip it around here, guys. We'll do an acceleration run and we'll check the top speed. You do have to do the kickstart anyhow, so let's see what it does. Sport mode. There you go, 20 miles an hour. Not too bad on the acceleration for having a 215-pound rider on here. I know a lot of you guys that are going to be riding this are going to be lighter than me, so this thing will do pretty well for you. All right, guys, let's go for the mission here. We're going to drive all the way across town like somebody might do on a scooter like this. So we're going to put it in eco mode, and we're going to go on a nice long ride, see if I can get to school and back, or work and back. Coming out of this subdivision neighborhood, kick off. We're going to get 10 miles an hour out of this eco mode. 10 miles an hour on the sidewalk's probably going to feel sufficient, but if that's not enough for you, bump it up to drive mode and you'll get that 15. You'll probably still get a decent range. The only one that's really going to kill your battery quick is going to be sport mode. I'm going to run it in drive mode a little bit faster and see how it does. Should be about maybe a 5-mile round trip, and we'll see if we make it back to my vehicle. Shouldn't be no problem. Before all that, let me tell you how it rides. It does have suspension. You get that little bit of bounce in the rear. The front suspension is a little on the firm side. Here's a big bump coming up. Let's hit this one. Oh yeah, definitely, guys. You definitely want to get a scooter with full suspension if you can. Because if you've ever ridden a solid wheeled scooter with no suspension, oh man, it's like riding on a 2x4. You got to lean way back to get the handlebars in there and the road ahead, especially when you're tall like me. So, but I can tell you, we're still in drive mode. We're still running 15 miles an hour, and we're crushing it on this sidewalk, guys. No issues so far at all. Oh, we get the walk symbol. Let's go. We're crossing the town. I don't even know what happens to the sidewalk right here. One thing nice about those solid wheels, you're not going to have to be putting any tubes in them. If you ever try to put a tire or a tube on a scooter, it is absolutely difficult. They're really hard to get off the wheel. Nice. Got the brick sidewalk here, the old-fashioned style. Feels pretty good. This is the Fayette County Courthouse. I think I'm gonna shoot across here, guys. It's one way, so a little bit easier to get across here. I'm gonna go ride right around the courthouse here. Hopefully I don't have a ticket and have to come to the courthouse. Nice little tree here. That's pretty cool. I didn't know they had a little loop around the courthouse here. Downtown Fayetteville Square, if you've never been down here, there's a radio station, a really good pizza place, there's a taco place. Over on the other corner, there's a couple bars and a little brewery or something over there. And there is another taco place on the other corner. Nice little downtown. I always thought this courthouse was on the smaller side of downtown courthouses compared to some of the towns that I used to hang out in up in Indiana and stuff. They got some real big fancy courthouses over there. I've been riding a little bit sideways on it now, guys. Feels pretty comfortable standing on it sideways. It doesn't have the real big kick step to put your foot on here. Actually, there's a little sticker there that tells you not to put your foot here because it is a plastic fender here. But I think right around this area is pretty solid. Right where it mounts, feels like you could put your foot right there. All right, let's go. We got to get to school. Over here wasting our battery, riding around the courthouse. How are we ever gonna make it? Going straight across. Definitely easier to cross one ways. Some tree roots through the sidewalk up here. Let's take these bumps. Yep, we did it. Yeehaw! All right, guys. Gonna get up to 15 here. Top speed on drive mode. We're gonna pull these brakes. All right, let's do it. It's actually pretty steady, guys. It did not lock up the tires, which that might actually be a pretty safe way to do it. I felt the motor braking, I felt the disc brake, and it stopped us real quick. Let me try it again with a little reference so we can see how far it took to stop. I'm gonna get to that one of these poles and then pull it. I'll get to the end of this little broken, or this little paved area here. Ready? Right here. All right, yeah. Yeah, this thing can stop pretty good, even though it doesn't lock up the tires. We started right there at the end of that asphalt, that black asphalt, and we only came this far. And it's slightly downhill here also, guys, so I had a little bit of extra load on it, so it would have stopped even slightly faster than that. So the thing can stop pretty good. And what I like about it a little bit more is just the motor brake. When you just pull it just a little bit, the motor braking gives you a pretty steady stop before you even get into the disc brake. So for a lot of the time, you're not even going to be using your disc brakes till you come to a big ledge like this. See, I just had to use the brakes because that's a big 6-inch drop right there. We don't want to ramp that on these solid tires. Actually, believe it or not, we probably could do it actually. If you check that out, it's actually got the ground clearance for it. So we probably could have made it off of there. You like my little flames I got going on here? Isn't that cool? Let's see. If you're going fast enough, yeah, you could do that. This is a big amphitheater here in Fayetteville where they host some concerts. A lot of bands came through here. This was one of the only places that stayed open during COVID and still had people coming through. So I drove by here a few times and seen people inside here, even in 2020. So they did change the name though. This used to be sponsored by the Zach Brown Band. It was called Southern Ground Amphitheater. And now they just call it The Ville, which I guess is for Fayetteville. That's all I know, guys. Pretty cool little spot, though. Here's something for you. A little middle of town creek. And there is a Fayette County Tigers football stadium. All right, guys, we made it to the high school. Absolutely no problem. But this wasn't the longest commute we did here, 2.5 miles or so. But we went all the way across town. We did take those detours. We went around the little downtown square and all that. So, and then we got to get home. It's got to be a two-way thing. Show you the battery life. I think we only dropped one battery bar, guys. So this thing will do just fine for your little average in-town commute, whether it's going to school or whether it's going to work and back. Get you some wheels like this. It's way better than walking, way better than walking. And it's carrying a 6-foot-tall, 215-pound adult right now, so it's definitely capable. It's a little dark out here now, guys. The headlight's starting to show up on the ground here. It looks like they got the headlight already pre-positioned in a good spot, so that's nice. I got a couple minutes here. Let me roll back here real fast. It's like a little race. This is like a little Formula One racetrack right now. While there's nothing in here. Check this out. You can whip this on a go-kart. We're just gonna whip it on this scooter. Oops. Pretty cool. So I can see 1, 2, 3, 4. There's gonna be a whole bunch of those little tiny homes. I'll call them tiny homes. They're not tiny homes. That was a full-size house back in the day, but people have been building these enormous houses for some reason, spending $600,000-700,000 for what? I don't know. So they're gonna build a whole community of those houses, regular houses, a little bit too close together, but hey, man, they're packing them in. Won't be able to Formula One this driveway anymore once all the houses are built. Man, they even numbered the spots and everything. That means there's a HOA of some sort. Nah, can't do it. I can't do it. I'm out on the HOAs. So let me go ahead and sum this scooter up for you guys. It's a nice looking scooter. Does have full suspension. That rear suspension is nice and soft, a little firmer on the front suspension. It is a solid tire scooter, so you're not gonna have to worry about changing inner tubes or anything like that. You got this super cool lights on the front. You got the headlight. I got the flames going. You can make that into some other colored party lights if you want. It is a foldable scooter. It only weighs 37 pounds, so you can bring it with you anywhere you want. The brakes are not like mad strong or anything like that, but you saw that they got us stopped in about 15-20 feet. Got a nice clean display, real easy to use. Thumb throttle. Give it a little kickstart, you're on your way. I told you about the ride we did and the range we got. We still got 3 battery bars left. I think we could basically double the ride we did today with no problem. So the thing has pretty good range for commuting in town. The scooter does have a 265-pound weight limit, guys, and it probably will carry somebody that's 265 pounds. Personally, I would recommend the scooter for people that are about 200 pounds or less. It's a nice, quiet scooter, guys. You're going to get decent range. 20 miles an hour is a decent speed on a scooter, and this thing comes in at a real nice budget price, guys. All that being said, guys, if you do think this is a scooter for you, I will put the link for this 5th wheel V40Pro scooter in the description of the video below. Please hit like and subscribe on the channel. It helps the channel out for free. You'll get more e-bike and scooter content like this. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you in the next one.